gonna be completely honest with you. It has been a crazy past 2 weeks for me. It has been extremely busy, and it is the night before this comes out. I know, I know, and it's late, but I wanted to still create a podcast episode, and I was thinking that we could somehow meet in the middle, a compromise. So, something that benefits you and me. And I was thinking maybe we could do like a calendar planning episode or something like that. I could maybe give you a couple of updates on what I've done recently, and then I could show you a way that I plan out the week using Outlook, and I could show you how that helps me, and maybe that could help you with planning out your week, and you might learn something. But here's the tattoo that I was talking about. I got it for my birthday. It is some vines, and it goes from here to around my shoulders. And then I have a moon, excuse me, that matches the sun on this side. And then I also got this tattoo. It's been bleeding a lot, but I also got my industrial pierced. I want to go ahead and get started on planning now that I've showed you guys the tattoos. And I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I tried this new flavor, strawberry sunset, of this bubbly. Not bad. Okay, so what I like to do is set repeating events in my calendar, and I think that they're really helpful. So one thing that is always repeating in my life, work, obviously. So I work in Eastern time, and I work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And this is something, also, if you're an audio listener, I'm so sorry. I am opening up Outlook and just creating an event. And I'm going to go ahead and extend this window. And you can choose an icon in Outlook. Here, let me see. What kind of icon do I want? I feel like that is a good icon for work. And you can also put it in a category. Let's say if it's something that is, for example, your routine, you can make it one color. If it's something like a medical appointment, you can make it a red color. If it's something that is a birthday, you can make it a purple color. These categories can actually be really helpful. So I'm gonna make a category. If you don't know how to create a category, you just select the drop down under categorize, and you can select new category, and you would just type out the name for your category. So let's say work, or activities, or you could say birthdays, whatever you wanted. And if it's something that you use a lot, you could favorite it and select whatever color it is. For example, if it's something important, go with something red. If it's like a relaxing event, like try to make the colors with whatever makes sense in your mind. That's what I do. Like, a weekly routine is something that I don't want to stand out in my calendar too much. So I pick green because green is something that is more neutral, more calm. It's not going to stand out to me whenever I look out at my calendar on my phone or on my laptop. It's not going to jump out at my screen. That's why I choose green. So everything is very intentional on my calendar. So I pick green, I pick the weekly routine category, and that is from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you see here, there is a make recurring selection. I'm going to have that repeat every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I work same days of the week every week. And then I will remove the end date because I don't plan to stop working anytime soon. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this. Let me double check. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No end date. Save. Righty. And if there's somebody that participates in these events with you, then you can add an attendee. You can just add their email address here. But that's how I'm going to create this. I'm also going to leave this 15 minutes before reminder. If you like to have that reminder, keep it on. If not, take that off because you're going to continue to get that reminder every Monday through Friday, 15 minutes before the event goes off. And let's see. Also, you can change the privacy if you want. It doesn't matter what my calendar looks like, but I'll just put busy. And everything looks good. Alrighty. And I'll go ahead and save. So we have our first event of my weekly schedule created, which is work. And, you know, it's what brings the bread home. So that's the important one. Now, what we need to do is decide what time we need to get up in the morning. And this is something that I've been having some fluctuations with in the morning recently. I don't know what it is. I think sometimes I like to compensate on my sleep, but I do love getting up early in the morning and walking on my treadmill for a little bit and just getting some movement in and getting a nice shower, getting dressed, having everything ready and breakfast all before my day is done, before my day is started, excuse me. That is the best way to start the day, in my opinion, to just get everything done. You know, it depends what kind of workout. Previously, I would go to the gym. Right now, it's been nice to take it slow and just walk on a treadmill. I've been enjoying that. But I'm going to say, since I want 8 hours of sleep and I work starting at 8 a.m., and I still want to do all those things in the morning. So I'm going to set my bedtime at 10 p.m. and I'm going to set a wind down or a notification, if there is one in there, for like 2 hours in advance. And let's see if I can do that. Bedtime. Just 10 p.m. 10 p.m. And yes, I do want it to repeat daily. And one thing that I was doing that I just happened to get out of, I don't know why, and I want to get back to it, I want to wake up every single day early and go to bed every single day early. It makes me function so much better as a person, and it makes me feel on top of my day. It makes me feel so much more productive at work, and I think it's just the best way to start my day. So, having said that, I will set that Monday through Sunday. I will remove the end date, and I will also set a reminder, not for 15 minutes, but 2 hours before that. There is that option. And the category I'm going to set as, yeah, again, it's still part of the daily schedule or the weekly schedule. Well, to remove a category, if you already clicked it, for example, I just accidentally clicked the green category, I just go into categorize, and then I click the one that I want to remove. So I'm going to go ahead and click green category again to remove it. So I'm going to set my bedtime to 10 p.m. and I'm going to set that as a recurring everyday event in Outlook. And it's a weekly routine event. And then I'm going to be set to busy. And I'm actually really excited about the 2 hour in advance notification, because Alexa's been doing that, and my phone will now be doing that. That's really nice, actually. Now I would like to do the notifications for getting up. And I do like to just have this in my phone. You may think, like, why do you need this in your phone? I like to just be able to see what my day looks like start to finish, or if someone's trying to make plans or anything, they can see my whole day. I think it's just nice to have your whole day to look at, so you can see what your load looks like, especially whenever it comes to appointments, or if you have tasks that you need to get done throughout the week. You sometimes forget about those. So I'm going to go ahead and set my wake up time. I used to get up at 5, and I think I'm going to switch it to 5:30. And I will have this repeat every day. And remove the end date. And we do not need any reminder, because we would like to add it to a category, and this is part of our weekly routine. So I just did the category and added it to weekly routine, and everything looks good. 5:30 to 5:30 occurs every day. Oh wait, I have been forgetting to add the charms. Silly me. Let me go in here. Oh, remember, if you're going to edit something, edit all events in this series. And then wake up. Let's see if there's something related to a sun or something. Maybe that's like a conquering the day. Yeah, sure. Wake up. Work. And then bedtime. Let's see. We need to edit that. I'll just put a book that's somewhat similar. It's relaxing. Since this is the calendar week of March 1st through the 7th, which is next week. Gosh. I was gonna say that I should go get my car washed, but my car just broke down. How it stands out if I were to, for example, make a doctor's appointment. So let's say that I am making a doctor's appointment and it's gonna happen on the 2nd at 8 a.m. and I want to make a category for medical. I'm going to name this category medical, and I'm going to star it because I'll probably use that category a lot. Make that cranberry. You can also do shortcuts to use the category. That's cool. Save. And then you can also add an icon. I will do the Band-Aid. And I'll do, let's say, doctor's visit, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then you could even put the location here. So you can do a bunch of cool things here. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And whenever I save it, you can see here how much the red stands out versus the green. You will get notifications if you set them up through your phone and through your computer, whatever you have tied to the email address. But I do not need that doctor's visit here on my calendar, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. But look how much better my calendar looks. I have my wake up time in my calendar, and I have my bedtime in there, and I also have my work. Anyways, I think that that's all that I have to plan on my calendar, and I just thought that that would be something nice to share. I hope that it was helpful in some type of way, and I hope that your week was great. I'm sorry if this episode was a bit short. I wanted to give you something, but it just has been an awfully crazy week. I have had family over, and my family just left, and I wanted to still try to put a podcast video out, so forgive me, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you.